Hi everyone, and in this mod showcase we're going to take a look at the full dialogue interface. I'll be going through all the available options with the beta 5 release of the mod, using the Xbox One controller, and also showing you how to install. Unlike previous titles in the series, Fallout 4 has a very restricted dialogue interface. It's designed to be quick and sharp and give you very fast interactions with NPCs. However, personally I feel it detaches you from the RPG experience, not letting you know what sort of direction the conversations are going in, and therefore not letting you develop your character in the way you want to. It's a very Mass Effect looking interface without the depth of what that game went into. And that's where the full dialogue interface comes in. It doesn't add any more dialogue options, but what it does is displays the full question and the full dialogue of what your character is actually going to say before you select it. This way you know how your conversations are going to go and what direction you want to guide them in. It even works for the smaller conversations, as such with merchants, and just really does give you more control about how you want to direct your conversations, and for me, builds upon the RPG element a little bit more. And as you can see here, the mod is not exclusive to keyboard and mouse, it can be used with a gamepad, and as I said previously, I'm using the Xbox One controller. It's a really nice feature of the mod that is not exclusive to certain players of the game. And of course, there are several versions of the mod. There is the main version, which has the bracketed display and the keys visible for the dialogue options. Then there's one that removes the brackets and leaves the keys visible for the dialogue options, and this is my preferred version of the mod. And one with the bracketed display but without the keys for dialogue selection, best used with a mouse. And the last version retains the original display but gives you the extended dialogue options. So let's go on to installation now. It's fairly simple to install this mod. You can use Nexus Mod Manager if you wish, though it's not as simple as clicking on the mod and installing it. There are some backups you will need to make if you want to use it in that way. The manual installation is probably the best form for installing this mod. So let's first take a look at the file structure of the mod. I've got open here the unpacked version of the main mod, and then on the left hand side I've got my installation directory in the data folder. So you can see here we've got the strings folder there, which is where this mod's going to go in and replace some files. So over here we've got the strings folder, the interface folder, and the English strings backup C7 folder. Now this has your original strings in, and this allows you to uninstall the mod and return it to its original state. So you do have several options for installation. The first is a manual installation, which involves just clicking on these files, either copy and pasting them into your installation directory here underneath the data folder, or just dragging and dropping them in, etc. And that will install it manually and will give you the new interface. However, if you want to do a Nexus Mod Manager installation, I advise you back up your strings first, or make sure you don't delete your original download, because what happens with Nexus Mod Manager is it will remove everything when you uninstall. So for example, in Nexus Mod Manager, if I hide the mod and install it, go to the Fallout 4 installation directory under the data folder, we'll see we've got strings here, which has been edited just now, so the new files are in there. We've got the interface folder, which has just been added, and we've got the backup folder, which has just been added. So everything looks good and hunky-dory there. However, if I now uninstall the mod in Nexus Mod Manager, like so, you'll see it removes everything. And now I have no original string files to revert the game back to. So I've got several options at this point. I could re-establish or reconfirm the download in Steam, which will then hopefully download those 3 files that I'm missing, or I could download the mod again and go back into the download and grab the strings out of here. So personally I prefer the manual installation of pretty much highlighting all of these, copy, paste them in, giving you all the file structure. Then if I want to uninstall the mod, just highlight the strings, interface, hit delete, grab this file here, take out this prefix, take out the back bit, and there, you've returned the mod to the original state. Sorry, the game to the original state. And that is very simply how you install and uninstall the mod. So personally, I would do the manual installation, but if you do want to use Nexus Mod Manager so you can see what mods you have installed, Just remember to either back up your strings or keep this backup folder around so you can return the game to the original state if you need to. So that's the full dialogue interface mod, giving you a little bit more freedom in conversations and allowing you to guide them in the direction that you want to develop your character in. Personally, it is a very small tweak to the game, but it's a small tweak that makes a big difference, and it really is a mod I would recommend you try out and at least give a go for a few conversations to see if you like it. I'm sure you will, but some people I know do actually like the new system and would prefer the shorter dialogue options. Personally though, this mod is fantastic and is going straight into my load order for my current playthrough. You'll find a link down in the description below which will take you to the mod page, and if you do use the mod, please do endorse. As always guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.